If your nails keep lifting, it's usually from one of these three reasons: cuticle prep, product placement, or filing. Let me show you how to fix each one. When you prep the nails, you always want to make sure that you go through and you actually push back those cuticles. I'm going to show you on my nails here real quick. You want to make sure that you're exposing all of that excess protein growth, that little white flaky stuff right around those edges, and then you're going to use your electric file to remove that. Now, when you're using your electric file, you want to make sure to use a brand new sanding band. Don't use one like this that's already been used. It's kind of worn down a little bit. Always change that out for a clean new sanding band that has proper grit to it. So now you can see the difference between the used sanding band and the brand new one. I'm going to just gently take off that sharp edge if you need to. And then we're going to make sure to prep all the way up around that cuticle area. I'm working on about 3,000 to 5,000 RPMs and making sure that you're tucking all the way in. Now you can see there's a little bit of that natural nail showing underneath that I haven't prepped. So I want to make sure that I'm getting nice and close. And that's why we've removed that sharp edge, so you can get really close up into that cuticle without damaging that cuticle. Okay. Once you've gone through and removed the shine around the cuticle area, you're going to gently feather all the way through. Now you want to make sure, especially down along those edges, you can see right down along that edge, there's still a little bit of shine to that natural nail. Making sure to get all the way down along that edge. If you're missing those edges, that's where you could start to have a little bit of that lifting and separation because you're not properly prepping that edge. Same thing, follow all the way through, making sure that you're catching all of those little shiny areas so that that natural nail is completely shine free and you've broken up all the oils. Now, what happens if you still have a hard time getting that edge of your bit right up into that cuticle area? A lot of times what I like to do is I'll switch out my bit and I'll use my diamond cuticle square bit. Let me show you on my actual cuticles because I've got a lot of cuticle growth right up around that cuticle area. So using the diamond cuticle square bit is going to tuck right up in there and get all of that excess protein growth cleaned off. Again, this is a gentle bit, so it's not going to cut your skin, but it is going to prep that natural nail and it is going to remove all of that excess protein growth. If you leave that excess protein growth on the nail, a lot of times what happens is your product will bond to that skin, to that cuticle growth, rather than actually bonding to the nail. So that's where you're going to get that lifting issue. Okay, so making sure that when you are prepping, you're fully removing the shine all the way through the rest of the body of the nail and really making sure that you are cleaning all of that dead cuticle off of the nail. Once we've gone through and prepped, let's talk about our application. So we're going to cleanse the nail, dust it off, cleanse with a little bit of swipe. The first part of our actual application isn't your acrylic or your hard gel, it's your protein bond. Protein bond is our bonder and it works like a double-sided tape. Now it is a non-acid adhesion, but you still want to make sure that you're keeping this away from the cuticle. This is another reason that your product can lift from the nail. If you take that product and you start right at the cuticle area and you get that all the way up into that cuticle and even onto the skin, first of all, you could start to have irritation on your skin because it is a chemical. But if you are applying your protein bond too close up into that cuticle area, protein bond works like an anchor. So it's really going to pull your product wherever the protein bond is. So if you apply that protein bond too close and up into that cuticle area, it's going to pull your acrylic or your hard gel up into that cuticle area as well. So it's going to get that product too close to the skin or even touching the skin. Okay, so anytime product touches the skin, that is going to be a reason that your product is going to lift. So when you're applying your protein bond, instead of starting right at that cuticle area and flooding that product into the cuticle, I like to start about halfway down the nail, working my product from the center down to the free edge and out to the sides. Then I'll come back towards that cuticle and come up nice and close, nice and tight to that cuticle without touching the skin. That way you're going to have the proper amount of protein bond on the nail. It's not going to be touching the skin, it's not going to be touching that cuticle area, and it's not going to pull your product to that cuticle. One other little trick that I'll just mention here. When you apply your swipe and you cleanse that nail, make sure that that swipe is completely dry before you apply that protein bond. you can see there's a little bit of that swipe that's still wet up around that cuticle area. If you apply your protein bond onto the wet swipe, the swipe is actually going to kind of null and void your protein bond. Swipe is our cleanser, and that's what we would use to cleanse the protein bond off of the nail. So if we apply the protein bond on the nail that still has swipe on it, it's going to basically null and void that protein bond. So make sure that that product is completely dry before you apply your protein bond. Again, starting in the center, working out to the sides, and then back up towards the cuticle, all the way down the sides. And you can see as I'm working up into that cuticle area, I start with my brush a little farther away and just give it kind of a little wiggle right up to that cuticle area. So that way I apply my product nice and even. I get it as close as I can without it touching the cuticle. Now let's get to the actual application of our acrylic. So when you're applying your product, you want to make sure that you're not getting that product up on the skin. This is one of those challenges, especially as a beginner, people have a hard time with their cuticle area application. So when you're applying your product, you want to make sure that a couple of different things. Take that finger, angle it downward. That way your product is going to flow down the length of the nail from the cuticle forward, rather than if you were to have that nail flat, your product is going to flow down into the sides or also back up into that cuticle area. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So if you have that nail flat and you set your product onto the nail, what's going to happen, you can start to see that product is flowing down the sides and it's flowing back up into the cuticle area. So we absolutely don't want our product touching the skin like that, because what happens is when your product touches the skin, it actually creates just a tiny little gap between the natural nail and the cuticle, and that's what's going to make your product lift. It's not getting that really good tight bond to the natural nail. So by applying your product with the nail angled downward, what's going to happen is your product is actually going to start to flow down the length of the nail. So if we come in and we press out our cuticle area, that product is going to start to flow down the length rather than back into the sides or back into the cuticle area. Now the other thing that you want to keep in mind when you're applying your product at the cuticle is your brush angle. So your brush is going to come in and basically just tuck right into that cuticle area. We're not keeping the brush flat on the nail. We're using the point of the brush to press around the cuticle. Okay? Now, another thing that I see a lot of beginners do is when they put their product onto the nail, they set that product on there, and then they start to push the product. They push that product up at the cuticle, and again, you're going to get that product on the skin. You're not going to get a tight seal on there. So what you want to make sure you're doing is keeping the brush at the angle, using the point of the brush as almost a barrier around that cuticle area. So let me show you. So again, we're going to set our product down just a little ways away from the cuticle area. I'm going to use the point of my brush. I'm going to just put that brush, so basically the point right in between my cuticle and my product, and I'm going to press. So this way, the point of my brush is going to be a barrier for that product. So I'm not actually touching that product to the skin. Now, as you're pressing, you can start to move that product back just a tiny little bit, but you still want to make sure that you're leaving just a tiny hairline of space all the way around the cuticle. Now, on camera, you guys, I know this looks like it's a really large gap in between there, but make sure that you are leaving at least just a little hairline space. Let me show you one more time. So again, if we pick up our pearl, we set that at the cuticle area. Use the point of your brush to just press out that cuticle gently all the way around, just tapping all the way through, and then allowing that product to flow down the length of the nail. So that's going to help to keep your product very, very thin up around the cuticle area, and it's going to bring that product down the length of the nail. So again, you're not touching the skin, you're not touching the cuticle, you're getting a good seal with that product onto the nail, and you're also getting that very thin and tapered application back by the cuticle area. The last point that people really tend to almost overlook when they're thinking about lifting issues is your filing and finishing. Now, when you're filing and finishing, you want to make sure that you're getting that product nice and thin and tapered at the cuticle area and thin and tapered around your sidewalls. But I want to show you what tends to happen when people are filing and trying to get that excessively thin. On this first nail, we've got proper structure all the way through, and you can see that the white is covering, that white acrylic is covering our nail completely. If we take a look at our second nail here, you can see that that natural nail is starting to show through. That's because we filed this edge too thin. A lot of times what happens is people tend to file too much around that edge. They try to taper that in way too much because we want that nail to look nice and thin. We want it to look narrow. We want it to look tapered, especially when we're doing a coffin shape and those more narrow tapered looks. So people tend to file too much on those sides, and we file away that product and file away that support. So as I'm filing here, notice that I'm filing flat with my file. That's one of the reasons that you tend to file too much around that side. And then you're going to be putting too much pressure on that natural nail underneath, which is going to pull your product away. If you're able to do more rounded strokes with your file, let me show you on this one. So instead of just filing flat, you're going to round your file a little bit more, coming up around and curving that a little bit more. So again, if we take a look, if we look down the barrel, if you can see right in through that stress area, it's way too thin and tapered on those edges. You're not going to have enough product in that area to support that stress area. So if your client jams your nail or breaks or puts pressure on that free edge, it's going to start to lift right in that stress area. Now, if we take a look at our other nail, we've got a little bit more product building up structure. The nail itself is still nice and tapered, but we have more of that product right in through that stress area. We haven't filed through to that natural nail. It's, again, still nice and thin and tapered, but now we have more structure back where we need it. So now we're not going to get lifting on this nail. I'm going to draw a little picture here. So if we're looking at that nail from our free edge, so straight down the barrel, so we're looking at the nail straight down the barrel this way. Okay. What tends to happen is when we build our product onto that nail, we build up that structure, we build up that thickness, and we've got good structure all the way through. Now, what happens when we file on this nail, if we're filing flat through that side, we're going to be tapering in too much of our product through here. We're going to end up with actually kind of a triangular looking nail from the free edge. So if this is going to be the free edge, and we've filed out all of that extra bulk, that's what this nail is going to look like. Again, more triangular, but we've taken off the structure and the support around that surface. If we were to take that same nail that we put all of that product onto, and we file with our bulk nice and even thickness all the way through that structure, we file all of this part off, we're going to be left with a nice even application all the way through, which is going to be even structure all the way through. More like this nail with that support along the edges. So when you are doing your filing and finishing, you want to make sure that you're not taking down all of the bulk down around the edges. You can taper that in by using more rounded strokes, and that's going to help to give you that nice contour, that curve of the nail, rather than those flat strokes that's going to take all of your product down. Again, if you file that product too thin on the sides and you put pressure on that side, it's actually going to push away that natural nail on the side, and that's how it's going to start to pull away from your product. So basically, the filing is the issue. If you've applied your product thick enough, you've applied the proper amount at your cuticle area and along your sidewalls, but then you go through and you file off too much of that, you thin that product out too much, you're removing all of that bulk and you're removing the structure and support. So that's why we have to make sure that we're filing just enough to taper that in, filing enough to thin out that cuticle area so that you don't have a ledge right in the back, but not filing so much along those sides or so much at an angle that you're going to be taking down the support through the sides. So again, making sure you're using more rounded strokes. Same thing around the side here, more rounded strokes, tapering that in around the edge, but not removing too much product. So with these few minor adjustments that you can make to your prep, your application, and your filing, you're not going to have any lifting anymore.